On the fronts in Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda calls for immediate ceasefire following talks in Qatar. In sports, Nigeria Fencing Federation picks 7 players for World Junior Championships in China. Now the details. I am Taiwo Baruwa. The wife of Lagos State Governor Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu has reiterated commitment to equipping beneficiaries of her office's empowerment initiatives with the necessary knowledge, exposure, and resources to ensure long-term financial stability and economic independence. Mrs. Sanwo-Olu stated this at the 2025 Financial Literacy Sensitization Program at the Lagos House Ikeja, which, according to her, is a crucial life skill that helps individuals avoid debt traps, plan for the future, and achieve economic stability. The governor's wife, who emphasized the crucial role of financial education in fostering self-reliance and sustainable economic growth, also noted that beyond providing empowerment tools, it is essential to equip individuals with the financial skills needed to maximize these resources effectively. Mrs. Sanwo-Olu urged attendees to apply the insight gained from the sessions and engage actively with experts to build financial independence. The participants commended the governor's wife for providing them with working tools and teaching them how to become employers of labor. They were empowered with tools including sewing machines, vulcanizing machines, popcorn machines with gas cylinders, grinding pepper machines, soap making kits, hairdressing and barbing kits with generators, among others. The program attracted inside sessions by seasoned facilitators from government and the private sector. Lagos State Government, in conjunction with the Aliko Dangote Foundation, has flagged off the National Food Intervention Program aimed at alleviating hunger and promoting food security across Lagos and Nigeria at large. The program is meant to distribute 80,000 10-kilogram bags of rice to the vulnerable resident of Lagos State in every local government across the state. Speaking at the flag-off held at the conference room of the Lagos House Ikeja, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who was represented by his deputy Obafemi Hamzat, encouraged stakeholders, individuals and private organizations within the country to key into the Aliko Dangote Foundation Food Intervention Program and contribute to the development and well-being of Nigerians. The governor appreciated the Aliko Dangote Foundation for the initiative that will be flagged off across the country, stating that the nation needs more private sector and various foundations to come together to assist the people, particularly the vulnerable. Sanwo-Olu said the state government will utilize council development areas chairman in distributing the food to those in need. The federal government has moved Nigeria's flood response from reactive disaster relief to proactive preparedness with the launch of the Anticipatory Action Task Force, AATF, on floods. Vice President Kashim Shettima, who made this known, said the initiative aligns with global frameworks such as the Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction and Sustainable Government Development Goals, SDGs, and the Paris Agreement on Climate Change, which emphasizes proactive disaster preparedness to mitigate the impact of natural disasters and protect vulnerable communities. Shettima, who gave the hint during a meeting of the Anticipatory Action Task Force on floods at the presidential villa in Abuja, said the traditional response of mobilizing relief after flood strike is no longer sustainable. Members of the task force include Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMET, the Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency, NIHSA, the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, alongside state emergency management agencies and international development partners. Now to the rest of the stories. The House of Representatives has mandated the Federal Ministry of Works to urgently carry out a holistic technical audit of the Otedola Bridge in Lagos within 30 days. The mandate is sequel to frequent accident on the road, with last week's accident involving a 30-ton gas truck as the most recent. The House said the audit should focus on the bridge's gradient, descent, and structural vulnerabilities and recommended modifications including gradient reduction, reinforced safety barriers, and emergency escape lanes for implementation within 12 months. The decision of the House followed the adoption of a motion of urgent public importance sponsored by the member representing Badagry Federal Constituency, Lagos State, Shasi Wiga. The House also approved the allocation of emergency funds for immediate repairs to damaged sections of the Otedala Bridge within 90 days, pending the completion of a full redesign. The House also called for the enforcement of nationwide policy requiring biannual action of all fuel tankers digitally monitored to eliminate mechanically unsafe vehicles from Nigerian roads. Ogun State Governor Dr. Abiodun says his administration is set to build massive farmers markets in many locations across the state. Abiodun said this during an on-the-spot assessment of work done on the farmers market located in Asheru, Abeokuta. He said the plan of his administration is to spread farmers market in several locations across the state, stressing that the idea is to bring the farmers straight to the locations. Abiodun said his administration will replicate the farmers market located in France in the state, adding that the major farmers market will be built somewhere around the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway in a yet-to-be-determined location. In foreign news now, the Democratic Republic of Congo's President Felix Tshisekedi and his Rwandan counterpart Paul Kagame have called for an immediate ceasefire in eastern DR Congo after having direct talks in Qatar. It is the first time two leaders have met since Rwanda-backed M23 rebels stepped up an offensive in the region, where authorities say 7,000 people have been killed since January. It is unclear whether the M23 would heed the ceasefire after the rebels refused to attend peace talks in Angola on Tuesday. DR Congo accuses Rwanda of arming the M23 and sending troops to support the rebels in the conflict. Despite assertions from both the UN and US, Rwanda has denied supporting the M23. In sport now, the Nigeria Fencing Federation has picked up a 7-member squad for the World Junior Fencing Championships holding in Wuxi, China from April 7 to 15. Leading the team in Nigeria's highest-ranked fencer, Nkosi Bro, who has been highly active this year, participating in numerous tournaments in his quest to become the first Nigerian to compete in the Olympic fencing event. According to President of the Nigeria Fencing Federation, Adeyinka Samuel, the selection of these young athletes highlight Nigeria's talent in the sport. Samuel emphasized that exposure to high-level tournament will boost their confidence for future events, adding that the Federation aims to sustain this momentum with the Senior African Champions in June and the Commonwealth Championship in 2026. And that's it on the news at noon, but just before we go, drive within the specified speed limit. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration strengthened alliance with 200 representatives from various women-focused NGOs in the state as part of effort to alleviate the economic plight of women resident in the state? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Wife of the Lagos State Governor, Bijoke Sanwo-Olu, has reiterated commitment to equipping beneficiaries of her office's empowerment initiatives with the necessary knowledge, exposure, and resources to ensure long-term financial stability and economic independence. The House of Representatives has mandated the Federal Ministry of Works to urgently carry out a holistic technical audit of the Otedala Bridge in Lagos within 30 days. We also told you that the Democratic Republic of Congo's President Felix Tshisekedi and his Rwandan counterpart Paul Kagame have called for an immediate ceasefire in eastern TR Congo after having direct talks in Qatar. Finally, in sport, the Nigeria Fencing Federation has picked a 7-member squad for the World Junior Fencing Champions holding in Wuzhou, China from April 7 to 15. For contacts with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Abiola Fagbalagun. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Thank you for listening. Good afternoon. Up next is Lunchtime Waka with MC Ice and Timmy Dokwe Boma Peterside.